Hey y'all. All right, let's try this again.
Can
Woo!
you hear me?
Yes, Lord. You know what they say, right? What they say about it? What they say about it? Technical difficulties?
Experience is a good teacher.
Yes, it is, morning.
It takes someone like me to know all the little games people tend to play. Some call it love. It never has a chance to grow.
Y'all be sure to like this video. I had to go and take all my shit down.
Just be patient. True love you'll find. Hey, Bree.
Hey, what's going on there? Evolution of Bell?
What's up, good people?
Hey, baby.
Yes, come on through
Hey, how
with
are
it.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
All right, let me cut this
Y'all
shit off
jamming.
again. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm trying to jam. I'm trying to give myself time to get everybody else back in here because I messed around and lost my people because I was messing around with no mobile apps and I messed around and had my iPad and iPhone synced in together. It was just a whole big mess. So I
I,
had to
I was there the
really
whole
take all this
time, but
shit down.
we was hanging in
Uh,
there with you.
yes, but you know what? She said experience is a good teacher.
There you
It
go.
takes someone like me to know. Yes,
Do you know?
That's a Bible verse, ain't it?
it's in the book of Trent. I call it in the book of Trent, Mr. 6ft8.
And I'm so burned about all these memes. I don't know how to feel tonight. Ooh, I'm in between
Man,
both of them. Yes,
come
God.
That's
on,
why you got
there,
on your
y'all.
sexy red hair today.
You know it. You know it. I had to come in tonight. He said he didn't want us to wear nothing but something flashy. So I was like, let
Right.
me be flashy. Mm.
Yeah, come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. I'm waiting for all of y'all to get on in here.
Don't forget, y'all, as y'all are coming in, to like, share, and subscribe.
Uh-oh. What I did?
You made us smile so you can be big.
My bad. There you go.
Tell us how you really feel.
Ain't that it?
Yes.
Yes, daughter. I'm surprised it ain't no whipped cream tonight either.
Ain't no whipped cream now. I'm behaving. I'm behaving. But I will
Praise
say
the
this.
Lord.
Yeah. Woo. Sing it. I was in love. It really won't worth my time of day. It won't worth it. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Just up here busting it down, spreading it wide,
I ain't never had to do that.
paying his phone bill, the clothes he wear, I want. that car he drives, I paid for. What she said?
You know, you've been that blind horse for a long time. You know, I've been trying to lead you to the pasture, but you ain't trying to get on board. Now, I ain't put on my spectacles to read tonight. I'm not gonna be reading tonight. I'm gonna be nice because we do have company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm entertained by a good read though, so don't be shy because of me.
Oh, trust and believe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the shade at the minute.
Come on, real love. All right, y'all. Let me get some hot my ass off here. So welcome to Mr. 6ft8 Grown and Sexy Fridays. After all the testicle difficulties,
See,
after all,
that was what was wrong because you only got one good strong testicle. That other half one is
that's
not
what
working
I
right now.
that's what I was about to keep. That's what I was about to say. After all the testicle 1.5 testicle difficulties,
Mm.
I
That was the only
finally
one.
came through. I finally came. That's all right though. I finally came through. I came through like a G. I came through like a G, like an OG. Okay, I came through like an
Uh,
OG. All right, y'all. So
uh,
I am back with the jump off here. Let me just sit here and share this to my Facebook page. Sorry, y'all, for the technical difficulties.
no, I ain't gonna be shady tonight, Lee. I promise I'm not. Unless Mister take me there.
I'll take you there.
You know you
Ain't
do.
nobody crying. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get right on started here. So welcome to Mr. 6ft8 Grown and Sexy Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
And I have in the building with us Evolution of Bell. He's my new
Some good
panelist
people.
tonight. What's up, good people? Look, let me tell y'all hoes, make sure y'all see here and like, share, subscribe, everything, comment, whether it's bad comment, good comment, but like this video. Like this video. I ain't gonna tell you no more. Like this video. Okay, like this video. Just go ahead and hit that like button. Somewhere down in there.
I
Hit
thought
that
you said
like
you weren't
button.
gonna tell no more.
For the people in the back of the room.
For the people in the back room. That's right. For the people in the back. For the people in the back
Mm-hmm.
room. Mm.
What are
All
you
right, y'all.
drinking on? The people want to know what are you drinking on.
So I'm sipping on. Y'all know I'm on this whole no alcoholic beverage thing. So I'm sipping on lemonade and ginger ale. My favorite beverage. If I can't drink alcohol, if I can't
Right.
sit down, if I can't sell it, I'm gonna sit down on it.
You know, I was just gonna go there with you, but then I was like, you know.
I'm just saying, if I can't
Hey,
sell it, I'm gonna
Bree,
sit
how you
down on it.
doing, baby? Because you know, if I can't sell it, I'm gonna sit down on it.
That's
Why should I
right.
give
Sit
it
down.
away?
Why should you give it away? Why should you
Hmm.
give it away? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So welcome to Grown and
Because you
Sexy
know it's
Fridays.
nice and it's
Yes,
firm. Mm.
yes. Come on through.
Don't have
Come
me
on
get back.
through.
Don't have
You
me
better
do it.
you better preach.
Hmm.
You better preach one time. All
Hmm.
right, y'all. So I'm trying to sit here and see the first because I got some heavy topics tonight, y'all. And
Oh Jesus.
y'all just bear with me. We're gonna get through them. So the first up on the ledger tonight that I want to see here and discuss. Let me get my notes because I brought some notes here, and y'all
You
know
know
I got
what?
these
Can I
contacts
compliment
in.
you before you get started?
Yeah, sure.
You know, I hope that were your eyeballs that I seen today when I was in the car because you just glistened up so nicely and lovely today. You just made my whole little day today. You was glistening with that $1,000,000 smile, and then you had the more pretty eyeballs over there. I think they contacts, but that was really pretty either way it go. And I was like, oh, my Snuggles is just doing it for me today. Yes, God.
Well,
But
I'm trying. I'm
yes,
trying, Lord. I'm
yes. I ain't Lord. I'm just Jasmine. That's all, baby.
trying. That's why I
But
wore this
when I
colorful
get done
shirt.
with you, you may call me goddess.
Hey, that's what they said. They said that once you see him go down there and take a sip, you never want to come back up.
Hey,
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's truth to
Mm.
that or not, but
I
that's what I
heard.
heard. That's what I heard through the grapevine. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. So I wanted to sit here and start off with rest in peace to Huey from Pop Lock Drop It was killed. Well, it was a shooting involved and he lost his life. I believe he was 32 years of age.
Jesus.
And He
Young
went
Trey
by the
gone.
name. Yes, just gone home. And shout out and rest in peace to him. His name was actually, and I didn't know this. His name was Lawrence Franks Jr., 32 of St. Louis. He was a rapper.
Mm.
For many of you that may not know, he was, I guess you'd say, the originator of the Pop Lock Drop It song, Pop Lock and Drop It. You know, they had all those remixes and stuff come behind it. But yeah, he was involved in the shooting. Don't really know as far as the details of it, other than it was a double shooting in looks like Kinlock. I guess that's Kinlock, Missouri. I'm gonna say
Mm.
in the soon, which is outside of St. Louis. I've never been to St. Louis, so I'm kind of sitting a little. Um, I'm kind of not really familiar with St. Louis, but rest in
Hello,
peace
Kimmy
to his
Brown.
soul. Rest in peace to his soul, y'all.
I know.
Did,
I
did
mean, so how did they just said it was it gang related? Was it just black on black crime? What was it?
so I saw somewhere where they said that they're still investigating the details of
Mm.
it, and as you know, he was mainly known for that the biggest hit, which was Pop Lock and Drop It. But they're still investigating the details of it. They don't really know what happened, other than it was a double shooting. Looks like him and another person that was taken to the hospital. A 21-year-old man suffered with non-life-threatening injuries. The two were shot in the front yard of a residence in Kinlock, Missouri, and police believe that as many as 10 other people were present when the shooting took place.
Oh wow.
Um, so they have asked witnesses to come forward. And if you see something, you saw something, say something. Basically, is the gist
And
of it.
not being funny when I say this, but you know how many people in the black community are actually going to stick up and say something,
Oh, you already know, because
and that's the sad
it's
part about it.
Right.
we got the
No
whole
snitching, right?
people don't want to snitch. This
I
whole
don't believe in
no
that, but that's what
snitching.
they say.
Yeah,
But
I'm a
then,
snitch
right.
all day. I'm that one on that phone looking through the blinds.
that's the thing that I don't understand. With we trying to make moves as a whole with Black Lives Matter, we still have black on black crime, which is stupid.
Very. And you would think that in times like this, things would be better. But, you know, some tigers never change stripes. And as a result, people, we still out here busting caps and, killing one another, which is also, an issue that we seem to still have. So, rest in peace to his soul. I got to turn this fan on because I'm about to see him. I feel like I'm going through menopause or something. What the hell
You
going
know
on
the
here?
skin all pause when they looking at it, and then all pause.
Yes. Give me some air, honey. Let some air breathe through these holes in my drawers.
Breathe again, breathe again.
All right,
So
so
that
I'm
means you
trying to.
free balling.
Well, hey, you got to be comfortable in the quarters of your own home, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
All right. So the next thing I really want to get into, hey Kimmy, the next thing I really wanted to get into was a story that happened, and I came across this. Tasha Brunson, mom of five, flips car with her kids inside in alleged suicide attempt on Facebook Live after finding out that her boyfriend is married.
Can you move the
Now,
comment so you can see the whole picture, babe?
oh yeah, yeah. Let me see here. Let's see what we got here. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
So that is the light skin, the real pretty light skin girl. That's Natasha. Those are her two kids. She actually has five kids.
Right.
Those two kids are the ones that was in the car. I'm not going to show the video out of respect for the family, but however, you can see it on YouTube. They posted they did take it down from her Facebook page. But she did survive, miraculous, out of all of the stuff that happened, flipping the car over and everything. The kids and her all survived the
Praise
One,
God.
accident.
they said I think her daughter was ejected from the car though, but she
Yes,
did
her daughter.
survive.
Yeah, her daughter was. So did hold on. So did because see, I know like when I saw early this morning. So are they all still alive as of right now?
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
okay.
all
But
alive.
she was ejected. But the daughter was ejected from the car.
Right, right.
Gotcha. Yeah, and this is a really sad thing. The reason why I really wanted to touch on it was because a lot of people was going off on the girl in the. I'm trying to figure out how you get this down. Hold on. A lot of people was going off on the girl in the comments underneath Facebook pages. They was going off, of course, on the boyfriend who was married. It just was a lot. But the thing that bothered me the most is that people were saying that, she deserves to go to hell, and that her kids and stuff, like how could she sit here and do this to her kids? But I guess my only thing is that from my understanding, she hadn't had, been having kids since she was at an early age by, if I'm not mistaken, different men allegedly.
Yeah.
And so people was trying to say that this was just the tip of I guess the tip of the iceberg that caused everything to just pretty much like turn over because she was dealing with other issues internally. But my thing is that I feel like she still was going through depression. If you saw the video, you could really tell that she was in a bad state of mind, and the reason why she had two of her kids with us because she said that her mom was a good her mother, which was the kid's grandmother, was a good mom and could raise the kids, but she wanted her kids to be with her because she felt like that nobody could take care of her kids like she could, so she wanted her kids to pretty much be with her, when she departed, when she, as far as felt like she would depart from Earth. And it's just, it's sad.
That's selfish as hell.
Yeah, it's just, it's sad that, I don't know. It's just a mess up situation. Depression and mental health is real. People, I talk about it all the time. People in the Black community don't believe in seeking professional help. They feel like it's taboo to sit here and, as far as talk to a counselor and do whatever. But, it's nothing wrong. I can speak from firsthand. I've been transparent about as far as me dealing with depression. And it's nothing wrong with talking to a friend. If you got somebody you can confide in, if you have somebody, just somebody that you can talk to. But taking your kids in the car and just driving and flipping your car over like that, that's never the answer. Like it's terrible. And those kids unfortunately will be traumatized, for life. I just can't even imagine. Like I just can't. That's just crazy. Just the whole entire situation. It's just a lot. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
I ended up watching the live of her suicide message as she was driving, and I definitely had a lot of sympathy and empathy for her. I did, however, I have mixed thoughts and emotions on the whole thing because I did think of something that I've heard before and I've
Hmm.
found to be somewhat true, which is those who are serious about committing suicide usually don't announce it. They just do it. Now, you might see a letter later where they explain why, but for the
Hmm.
most part, when people are serious about committing suicide, they don't announce it, and especially in the way that she did. Now,
Right.
for me, what backed it up, my again, I felt for her and definitely the child, and then she had the child, her daughter in her lap as she was driving. And I already have a problem with people having children in cars without car seats and all that. But she had the
Hmm.
baby and obviously right in front of the steering wheel. I'm like, this is already just not going well. But
Right.
she also posted from the hospital afterwards, and she said that she was doing it for attention. And
You
she
know
did.
what? Somebody said that.
Yeah, I actually got it right here on the screen. She did it for attention, out of her own words. She did it for attention. She did not know that the boyfriend was actually at home asleep. She thought he was going to see or was watching the live. So she was really trying to get attention. And this part I didn't quite believe, but she said she dropped her phone, she reached down to grab it. And when she raised her head back up, she was basically running into a car. So it ended up being like, I think it was a multi-car accident. I don't think they said how many cars. So then out of all of that, she's also, affected other people's lives. So
Right.
again, I just have mixed emotion. I totally agree with what you were saying with the whole mental health piece. I've had my own mental health challenges. I believe in therapy. I have a therapist, all of that. But yet this is also something else too. And I think it's a little bit of the sign of, the younger generation with kind of getting attention. Like she admitted, like just wanting the attention. And it's so easy to get so many eyeballs on you by just, clicking alive. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I just saw, looks like here I was reading as you mentioned that what you stated that she mentioned that um she put that her and the kids are okay, and that just pray for her and my family and my mental health. It was an accident, and I never do anything to harm anybody, especially my babies. And also, anyone asking for money is not me. Like I've said before, I don't want money, just help. So, JS, what you think about this? Do you think that she, as far as was doing it for attention? I mean, I know you probably haven't watched the video, but being that she done went back and I didn't realize, because I didn't realize it until I did hear that she went back and posted something afterwards. But then I didn't know that she done posted all of this, because when I first tried to go back on her Facebook page, it wouldn't let me, because it was acting like it was deactivated. Now I see that they have it up, but it's like only 2 posts that it's allowing me to actually see and nothing else.
Well, it's
So,
simple. It's like this for me. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate on both sides of the field, but this is me.
mhm,
Now, I shared a little bit of my story. I've never
mhm,
went through the whole situation of having a therapist or whatever.
right,
But on the same token, I've tried to commit suicide.
mhm,
And but when I tried to do it, I didn't allow anyone to know about it until I opened up and really shared here, and then I shared with my mother beforehand.
mhm,
So my mother would be abreast of what I was going to talk about or whatever. And
mhm,
yeah, I just feel like when you're crying for attention, you try to seek the attention from whichever way that you could actually really get it from.
right,
Um, and some people, it's just like they swerping down with being trans, that, or even with gay, it was first classified as being a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
And people take and learn how to take and cope with different things. And some people don't want help. They can say all day long they want help, they want help, they want help. But if you don't take the steps in order to get the help that you need, then you truly don't want help. Now, the issue and the problem that I have with the situation is, do what the heck you want to do with yourself.
right,
But when you take in endanger your kids, I feel like that is that's voluntary manslaughter, because you're
right,
purposely trying to do something, especially, from what I'm understanding from y'all, that she had the baby sitting in her lap. Why, first and foremost, why would you have your child sitting in your lap trying to drive and be on the phone at the same time?
yeah,
See, something in the buttermilk is not clean, as the old
Right.
people would
right,
say.
That was extra attention. Like, oh, I got my child with me and I
Yes.
want to prove to y'all so I can have y'all all in uproar, and people during the live, family members, friends are like chatting her. She even added some guy into the live, but the connection was really bad. So I'm
really bad,
like,
yeah,
what is
So
going
again,
on here?
I say this, with it all being said and done, okay, how would she felt? And there's still a possibility. I don't know how old this is, but how would she feel if they came and they arrested her for child endangerment and temporary and second degree manslaughter?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was
right,
attempt on children's lives and she had no reason to try to do that.
right,
Mental unstable or not, at the present point in time when she made the video and stuff, she might have been in her out of her right mind, but to come behind it, as y'all are saying, like I said, I didn't see this, to make another post saying that she's not asking for money, she was seeking attention. I mean, it is a lot, and I don't feel like I'm the right person to get into it, because I have my own opinions about that, because um I have worked with the Disabled and Handicapped Kids and Disabled and Handicap Association here in Florida.
mhm,
And to be around people that have been abused,
right,
it takes it to another level. So when you're taking and listening to different stuff like this, and then you find out um, that the people are doing it for attention, but you're endangering a child's life. That's why I don't understand when, and I know I'm going all over the place. I hope y'all are following me,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah,
that's why
good,
I don't understand whenever they say, a trans woman is not a real woman, but you allow women like this that has children to put their children in endangerment. What is the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, and then the part to I guess circle back around. When it comes to the reason why she sit and did it. She mentioned that it was over a guy that she was talking to that she didn't know was married. It kind of makes me think about, not to laugh about it, but I'm
I ain't even
laughing
gonna
right here
sit and
because it's
lie.
something
Let me interrupt
because
you for 1 second,
because
please.
I know
Let's
I know
just
what you're about to say.
let's just
I know
call
what
the
you.
kettle. Let's just call the kettle what the kettle is. First and
Please say
foremost,
what we're all thinking.
okay, so let's just keep this 100. First and foremost, if you can't see that man on a holiday, if you can't see that man during normal hours, which would be like from 5 to 10 at night, not saying though midnight to 5 a.m. I'm talking about regular business hours. If he ain't coming home to y'all and y'all done had an extensive relationship, and you ain't meet mama, you ain't meet auntie,
I
you
was
ain't even
about to
meet
say
his
that one.
other kids, uh Clarice, it's time to get a checkup because you are living in the land of la la, and it's not the land of what is actually true. That's bullshit.
Do we
Because
know
Right.
her age? Did they ever anywhere say her age? I don't
If I
think I saw it
recall,
anywhere.
if I recall correctly, she was probably like around about like 34, 36. I want to
oh
say.
baby, she done been around the block a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm
She
like,
know what
Yeah.
you should know
she know.
these rules, the
She know
rules
she was
of engagement. You
side.
should know that.
She knew she was the side chick. She could have been the side piece.
Right.
She better try to sit down somewhere with that lie talking
No,
about
when
she
she
did.
it wasn't that she found out he was married, it was that he finally chose his marriage over her.
And
Over
that's what
her.
she got mad at. And then
That took
if
her over the edge.
I bet you it comes out because I don't even know for sure if it done came out or not, but I guarantee it comes out that one of them children that she tried to take on the glory is one of his.
They're speculating that
Yeah.
the child in her lap, the daughter, was his child.
Hmm.
So
Y'all
her new
know I
youngest
reads.
child was his.
Y'all know I reads.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And the guy, he don't seem to care. Like I was watching his comments on Facebook early, and he was just,
Oh, really?
up there like laughing, like, making light of it and talking about, that because people was like basically attacking him, going off on him, talking about, this is all your fault. And he was basically saying, y'all don't even know the story, y'all don't even know what was going on. And basically was just talking about that, if y'all really want to help, y'all get the live taken down from a Facebook if y'all really trying to do something. So he didn't really too much even seem to be concerned, even though he sent a post out initially asking was she okay, but everybody was like they wasn't here for it. But he just seemed like afterwards he really didn't give two flips about as far as her safety regardless, period, because he was just like, I don't know, it's just something about him. He was just kind of like making light of it. So
Go ahead and say what I'm thinking again, please.
Okay, let's just keep this 100. You said that he really didn't care, correct?
mhm.
That at first he came out basically was covering his image to say that he cared and trying to see about her. Then, okay, first and foremost, we do from that right there. The relationship was over. The cut buddy, the money, whatever it was over. So whenever, like you said, sweetheart, that he done took and chose his marriage over the side piece because that wife done said, okay, so I got you on papers. It ain't no
Mhm.
prenup. So whatever Cornish that you got coming in, I'm quite sure he was probably either a street pharmacist or something to that effect. So he had a couple extra little dollars on him. So she was like, okay, so you gonna take and keep doing this, and I'm just speculating this. This is all alleged. But on the same token, what you need to do is you need to calm down. You need to kill that other situation. You know what I'm saying? You need to go ahead and handle that. Do whatever you need to do to it. Because if you ain't home tonight, it's going down. And I know you PO.
And if
You're right.
she's in her late 30s, or he's probably that age or older, and he may be over, the running around. I have uncles. My father was one of them who ran around, and Papa was a Rolling Stone for many, many, many years. And then at a certain point, they got old and settled, and they got tired of the mess in the streets, and they came home, and they stayed home till they dying day. So it
Or
could be that.
Or he was
Um,
younger and got tired of that old that snap back then snap back no more. So he
yeah,
wanted
well,
something. He
there you
wanted to
go,
start
because she
being
what,
on a new
5 kids. So. and
model.
then
Yeah,
and then too, like you think about relationships you may have been in where you got that person who just acts out every time things don't go their way or you break up with them. At a
right.
certain point, you become numb to the acting out.
And then
And
you
this
get tired
could
of that
have been,
residence. Mm-hmm.
yeah, this could have been the icing on the cake for him. Like, oh, well, she just took it to the next level, but I had already checked out because she always up to something.
Right, right,
Right.
and that's
That
my
part.
own thing. I'm just sitting here kind of like side eyeing, especially after seeing what I've seen as far as was posted after the fact. Like, girl, like let me get this straight. So you mean to tell me that you didn't know this man was married in a
Yeah,
whole
I know.
entire relationship?
But then let me just snatch this one back up again. You say that if somebody is asking you for money, I wasn't doing this for money, which means secretly you really was doing this for money.
Mm,
Cause it's just
okay.
cause it's just
I'm
it's so
good. I
much
ain't got
so
nothing
many
to say.
it's so many different moving parts to it. It's just
No, it ain't.
like
It's all coming standing from one lie. The cooter got bad to him. He ain't wanting no more. She couldn't handle him. It's a classic. Okay, let's change this around. Let's make this different. What if this was one of the gays? And I'm just put it to you like that. What if it was one of the gays? When the trade or the straight man get tired of playing with one of us, what they do?
go on to the next,
They throw us away, correct?
throw us away, go on to the next.
When they throw us away, then what happens? We get into our little feelings, especially if we thought it was something else, and we'd have been rocking with him for the last 5 or 6 years. And when he didn't have nothing, we picked them up. We had let him do. What's the difference?
But quietly as it's kept, that actually happened in real life not too long ago in Atlanta, to where it was a guy on Jack messing around with. Well, he was a guy in a relationship messing around with a guy on Jack who he thought he was the
I'm glad
only
about
one,
that.
which turns out the guy was ended up messing around on him. So pretty much the side piece cheated on with the guy they was having an affair with. So pretty much the guy who was married in a relationship had a husband over here was messing with another dude, but that dude was messing with another dude. So as a result, the dude that stepped out of his relationship got mad and then took off and went berserk, killed himself in a car wreck with the police, high speed chase, and he ended up shooting the guy. Well, the reason for the high speed chase was that he killed the man who cheated on him with another side piece. So because of that, that's the reason for the high speed chase. He ended up killing himself running into the back of a dumpster truck in Atlanta. So I mean, like you said, you see it all the time. To where you have stuff like that happen, to where you have these side pieces, or you have mistress, and you have just all kinds of situations to where people I would like to call it don't want to accept reality, perhaps.
But
But and
let's think of it like this though too, and then I'm gonna be quiet. So if she's over 30, we're gonna
Hmm.
give her the benefit of the doubt because she's had 5 kids. So she is at least, we're gonna say at least the very minimum 32. Okay, we're gonna
Right.
give her that. If you done been in these streets for 32 years, at the very minimum, and you
Hmm.
done dealt with this person, and goes back to my original statement. You haven't been introduced to mama, which we don't know all this, but I'm just saying, speculating. You haven't been introduced to mama. You ain't spent no Christmases. You ain't spent no Thanksgivings. You ain't spent no birthdays. He ain't spent no birthdays with you. And the kids, when he picked the kids up, if he come and visit
yeah,
the kids got to be with you. You know where you at. You know your place. So why?
Yep. You're
And
right.
I'm
and
done. I'm
and
sorry.
then
Y'all
how
go ahead.
long? I mean, it's so many questions, so many layers. Because I'm like, how long were they together? Because how old is this little girl, the baby? The baby might only be 9 months old or something. Well, yeah, she's about 9 months or less.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
a year
That
and a
might
half.
be the length of that relationship.
At least a year and a half. And you trying to
you
kill
know?
yourself up. That can't be that good. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be, but it can't be that good.
It's always something better out there. I learned that a long time ago.
I want to
I'm
go
done.
back up. I want to go back up to Kimmy's comment here. She said, "My daughter tried to kill herself because she didn't think that me and the family and friends would not accept her if she was gay, and I told her I love her no matter what." And you know
Hmm.
that honestly is the best thing, that you can do, is to reassure, her that you
Hmm.
love her no matter what, so that she knows she has that unconditional support. That's just me, just from my opinion. You know, because like I said, some people don't have that reassurance from their friends or family. They may feel like that, they are alone inside their head, and that people who are really struggling with, depression and suicide and things of that nature, not saying that the girl wasn't, but, as
And
far
I'm
as
not
with
I'm
that,
not trying to take away from the child that she may truly be mentally unstable.
I think obviously.
But it comes to a
obviously,
point now that the families should intervene and make her see a psychiatrist,
Oh God.
because her mother still has the right, because she's not married. Her mother has the right that she can take and actually have her what is considered to be Baker acted. So
yeah,
they would take and put her into an asylum, and well, a pre-asylum. It wouldn't be an asylum. They would put her into a pre-asylum, get her evaluated to see if she is off some type of way, and if certain forms of medication would take in to help her out with the depression.
yep,
Yeah.
So I
And
mean, I do
I
feel
think if
that
her mom doesn't do it, the state will do it, right? Based on this case.
they're going to now, because they're going to intervene, because
Yeah.
it was done publicly,
Yeah.
and like I said, it's a form of attempted murder.
Yeah.
yep.
That's manslaughter. That is, whichever way you take it, track to correct that up, is manslaughter. And I just want to say to Kimmy Brown, I see you not only on mine, I see you on a couple people platforms. Sweetie, I thank you not only for being the advocate for us, but not but in a bad way, but in a positive way. Make sure you continue to show your child that unconditional love, because what we need more in our community is not only allies, but allies that show that unconditional love. So I
Hmm.
thank you for that.
Hmm.
Yep,
Absolutely.
I can definitely agree. All right, y'all. And so the next topic here that I wanted to bring up, and then I'm gonna get into, of course, our what I call randomish stuff that we talk about. Um,
I don't be knowing, because if
the
you talk about sex tonight, I can't do it.
No.
And I'm quite sure it's gonna lead up to you and whipped cream and chocolate syrups and stuff, and I can't do that tonight.
And I'm not old enough
um,
for that kind of show.
Shit.
so it looks like Governor Kemp. Let's see here. I got to stream. Okay, let me go on my iPad. Governor Kemp signs hate crime bill on the day of on the last day of legislative session. So basically, Governor Kemp, my lovely governor, as you if you want to call it that. I personally don't really care for the man, but hey, it is what it is. Let me take this down. He signed the bill, for passing the wait, he signed a bill for hate crime today. And some people, I guess you would say, criticize the bill because it's just certain things. I guess maybe that, when you think about it, that also brings into question, as far as when it comes to, equality all across the board, not just one specific thing. But basically, it says Georgia Governor Kemp on Friday signed into law a landmark hates crime bill passed by the Senate legislature earlier this week. The new law mandates enhanced sentencing for defendants convicted of targeting a victim because of their actual or perceived race, color, religion, national origin, sex, sexual orientation, gender, mental disability, or physical disability. That would mean additional potential prison time or fines on top of sentences for the type of crime for which the defendant was convicted of, such as assault, manslaughter, or murder. It's what the bill basically covers in the state of Georgia. Do they have any? Because I was reading somewhere else. Um, as far as like when it comes to the hate crime and stuff, like in other states. Do you all have them in like where you all live at? Like as far as like,
Well,
mhm, like as far as bills that like particular. I didn't think so because I was thinking in my head. I was like, I don't think a lot of states has certain as far as like protection when it comes to like hate crime. For certain things and like as far as like increased fines and punishments as it pertains to certain things. So I mean, like,
Here it's just a slap
how
on the wrist.
hmm,
Here it's just a slap on the wrist.
you said it's just a slap on the wrist.
And they if they find out if you are of trans experience or if you do have a disability, they make it super hard for you to get housing and everything. So here it's just a slap on the wrist.
Wow, dang.
yeah, and I can't
That's
say I'm familiar with Illinois. I'm in Chicago, so I'm not
Come on, Chicago.
not well versed on
Where you
that.
from originally, baby?
I always get asked that question. Chicago. I know I sound like I'm from the South, but my
No, I mean
father's.
you just sound well traveled.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
You welcome, sugar. I'm a connoisseur of cities too.
Well, my family's from Louisiana, so I have
I hear that
a lot of
that
love for.
Creole.
Yeah, I got a lot of love for Louisiana.
Yes.
so I see Lee put that Chicago has laws. I'm from here. Illinois
Okay.
does too. I'm from here.
Thank you, fellow
Yeah,
Chicagoans. South
yeah.
Side.
Because I mean, because I mean, I do feel like that it is important to have those things, in place, especially, to cover as far as, to protect people of a certain gender, such as trans,
So that
such
was
as,
Georgia.
that's Georgia.
Praise the
It,
Lord.
is- it is Georgia, in which I'm not gonna lie, Georgia, Governor Kemp, he's been getting a lot of flack and stuff because he's been doing a lot of crazy stuff with this whole situation that we got going on in the country when it comes to this, this Kobanisha, as I call it. But he signed the bill, and we gonna see if it takes effect. I think one of the reasons why also that the bill was pushed was because of course we had the whole Ahmaud Arbery situation that happened that we saw take place on video, and then also
And that bitch
I don't
down.
look, it's just been a lot, and then I don't know if y'all saw, but there was three cops that was caught on the police. I don't know, I can't remember the state, but they was basically having a conversation about, and they was using basically saying that they want to kill all, as far as using the N word, and just wipe them off the face of the earth, and just basically talking about white supremacy, and they didn't know that they was being recorded. As far as like on this, I guess video or cam, whatever, cause like they was in their police cars, and what happens is that they do an internal audit at the end of every month with the police cameras and stuff like that. And they just so happen that administrative, people just so happen to do an audit. They heard this conversation take place amongst these men, and they tried to chalk it up to the, them being afraid for their lives and stressed over the George Floyd situation is the reason why they said that they was talking as far as, about killing,
Because they had never said
killing.
those words before.
Right. Basically. Basically.
Or they just want to admit it out loud now.
Ah,
Basically. Basically. So
I
yeah,
have so
so
much to say. I'm not getting into that police
right. It's yeah,
We're not doing that. This will be a whole different kind of show. So I'm
right.
gonna have to.
It's a lot.
I
But
got a lot to say.
but needless to say, I just wanted to sit here and pretty much, get those, because those was topics that was near and dear to my heart as far as when it comes to just
Well, the
the stuff
last one
that's
wasn't
going
really a
on.
topic. You said made a statement, and we didn't get into that topic. I
Huh?
mean,
What you said?
huh?
What you
I
said?
didn't say
What you
nothing.
said? Ah! You know what? I can't stand you.
You love
I
me.
cannot. Well, I mean, you all right.
Nah.
I'm only all right. But whenever you go in places, you think about bringing me something, and I'm all the way in Florida. That's so
I
sweet.
know. I'm telling you, I don't know why I was thinking. I sent out a text earlier, Bill, that for whatever reason, every time I go in the store, Jasmine has a tendency to want to eat. With the cashews, is that
Oh,
what it
now you
is?
don't even know what nuts
Pistachios,
I like.
pistachios.
Somebody in the comment tell him what nuts I like.
Look, I don't eat. I'm not a
Can they
fan
be
of nuts.
purchased in stores? The kind of nuts you like?
Yes, because he only have one good one, so I ain't gonna take that one from him.
You know what? See why you why you got look.
Black
All I'm
nuts.
saying
Somebody
is,
said black nuts.
No, not black nuts. Wrong. What kind of nuts I like?
somebody gonna sit here and say it.
Mm.
All I know is that I always look at snacks and I be trying to buy them like people actually is in my same city and state. Like I can just give them to them and be like, here, knowing
I'll be
damn
there next
well,
month.
huh?
Huh?
Say what?
I'll be there next month.
Really?
hmm
What you coming out here for?
I'm making a pit stop before I go somewhere
Oh,
else.
all right then. Come on for the pit stops. You know what they say? Pit stops ain't never seen here done nothing good for nobody. Better be
I
Atlanta is
careful.
a
mean,
pit.
you
Atlanta
know,
is a pit stop for a lot of people, right?
I used to live in Atlanta, so I know people there. Not only trade, but I do know people there.
You know what? I keep forgetting that you said that you mentioned that you know people in Atlanta. That you not know people, but that you used to live in Atlanta
hmm
a while
I have a
back.
gay daughter
So
that lives there still.
from what years did you live down here?
I'm not telling you that because then you're gonna find out all my tea. We good.
I'm gonna find out. I'll find out now.
If you ain't smelt my roses yet, you ain't gonna smell them now.
Oh, you know what? That's some old wholesome Christian Southern woman saying if you somebody gonna say that they ain't smell your roses yet, they ain't gonna ever smell them. That's some old wholesome Christian
hmm
Baptist Kojic Southern woman type ish that
I ain't
somebody would
Kojic,
say.
but I am Baptist and Christian, you know. Because I have a dentist, he's over 7 feet tall, and his name is Dr. Long John, and he makes house
Oh,
calls.
oh, all right
All
then.
right.
Well, come on for Dr. Long John.
Mhm. Thanks.
So you all just this little part right here I want to see and bring in. So as you all see that I have a new panelist tonight. I wanted to bring Evolution of Dale on, and I kind of was going to do this reverse order first, but I decided to get the serious stuff out the way so I can kind of get to the other stuff that I wanted to see and get into here.
Questions.
You got questions?
hmm
All right, then. Come on for the questions. So, Evolution of Veil, without further ado, tell us a little about yourself as far as who you are, as far as, your YouTube channel, anything you want to sit here and share as far as about you. And then we'll let Jazz ask her questions.
Okay, well, I won't hold you guys long. Basically, I started my YouTube channel in, I guess it's been maybe a little bit, about 2 months ago. It was pretty much a dream of mine for the past decade that
Hmm.
I was too afraid to do for various reasons, being a little shy, feeling insecure about it, all of that. But in April, I lost my father, and it just kind of ignited something in me about like how I look at life and
I remember
those
you.
things. Yeah, those things that I was just kind of shying away from, and even my father having issues with my sexuality because of religion and all of that, and kind of having that load lighten, like I don't have to worry about embarrassing him and all of that. Not that I wasn't going to do it eventually, but it sparked something in me. So
Right.
started a channel. My channel is basically a little bit of it's kind of growth mindset stuff. I'm an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. Work in the corporate environment, so it's a little bit of the business side, a little bit of growth mindset, encouraging, just growing together. Like I'm still trying to figure out this life thing, and I'm like, hey, come along with me. Those of us who are in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it's still time for us to make our dreams happen. So like we can do it together. And also, I like a little ratchet, so I add little sprinkles, little little bit of ratchet up in there too. So I do reaction videos, etc. Just show who I am and be transparent.
All righty then. Well, let the church say amen. Saints,
Amen.
come on through for the
Amen.
transparency. So,
Well,
Jazz, I know you had some questions you want to ask here.
hmm Well, before you get before we close the live up, we need to exchange info because I have something that I think you may be interested in. Because I'm wretched too, and I'm always on the move. I got my hands in several different pots.
I love it.
And she freaky.
Oh,
Freaky
okay.
Maybe he ain't ready for me yet, especially if
Right, I might not be. I ain't gonna even sit
if
here
he's still
just
trying to
because
figure
it's
out
late
who
and
he
I got a
is.
drink. I ain't gonna act like I'm down like that.
Oh.
But because but I gotta that I'm gonna have to say that for off camera because I ain't gonna try to put his business out there. But already I got the tea already, so we good. um. So I was gonna ask you, but you just then took and put everything in perspective because I was gonna be like, who is you is, and where's you from? But you already said you stated you're from Chicago.
Yes.
And apparently from the South Side because you put South Side with the strong arm.
Well, okay. I'm a little bit of a traitor, and I forgot who Leandra Alexander. She probably gonna throw me some little shade and hate. I'm actually originally from the West Side of Chicago. But I became a South Sider in my adulthood, and I love the South Side. So I just claim the South Side.
Mm-hmm. And Shaquanja, tell MISTER6ft8 since he can't remember what kind of nuts that I like, what type of nuts that I like.
Oh.
I mean, other than that, I'm glad that you came on tonight. You giving me very, elegant bougie type of background, and I like all of that kind of stuff. And then we're gonna talk, and we're gonna take and go there.
And I don't want to get hate from my friends. I actually forgot that I also have a channel with my friends called the Four Mitches, and we actually started that channel a year ago. So that was kind of like me getting my foot wet into the YouTube world. That was just my way of making it happen without having to put myself out there.
Right?
What's that?
You said Mitches, right?
Yeah, Four Mitches. So it's like bitches with an M. The Four Mitches.
You said something else. That's why I said you said Mitches, right?
Yeah, Mitches, male bitches. That's what we call ourselves.
Okay, well, I was thinking of the bitch, but I didn't want to be rude, because they say I'm a little contratto, so mixed together.
We embrace it.
And Lee Alexander said, "Wait, are you from K-Town?"
I am not from K-Town. I'm the Austin area, but I did live in K-Town for a moment with my parents when I was younger, on Camerland. So I'm familiar.
Can I give a shout out right quick?
Yeah.
My Devon D baby, thank you so very much for what you blessed me with, because you blessed my channel, and I love you so very much. Shaquanja's in the house, Miss Creole's in the house, T Bless is in the house, my baby's in the house. Well, I'm gonna be quiet now.
So, Mr. Evolution of Veil. So, I just to let y'all know how I came across Mr. Evolution of Veil. I love that name, so I just love saying it all together because it all just it's a good flow. I love good YouTube names.
Say it again.
That it can Evolution of Veil. Evolution of Veil.
Yes, Lord.
So how I came across him is that I remember that you used to make commentary up underneath my videos and stuff, and so then I started checking you out, and I was like, for somebody who has just started in the YouTube community, I try to as far as finding people and bring them on and kind of as far as collaborating, just work together and just share platforms of people who I just with me personally who I feel like that. Are just people with good. Don't do that, Jazz. Hush. Then she's cut the camera off. But just people, just people that just give. What I brought you, we all in this thing deep.
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
I'm
my microphone. I need it.
I'm 6'8". It's enough love to go around everywhere.
Yes, it is.
This caramel complected. It's enough caramel complected to go around
muted,
everybody.
Right?
No, it ain't muted.
Oh,
no,
shit.
it ain't muted. But I wanted to bring you on here so that we can kind of, as far as get to know you, because I feel like that you have a good personality. I like the vibe that you
Thank you.
give, and it's very as far as kind of quirky like me, and I just was like, okay, let me see him, bring him on to the people and introduce him and everything. So with that being said, are you dating? Are you single? Like,
Oh wow,
what's
you
your
just get right on into it. You didn't even you
we
didn't even
nosy
allow
as
me to
hell.
comment on your comment. I'm supposed to then compliment you and say how I was introduced to
That's the
you and
quirky
how
side
I
of
love your
me.
content, and that's why I commented. But you like, who you dating?
Look, I was
Who in
actually
your
one of
bed?
America's ones. No, but before you answer that question, you can gladly go ahead with that commentary.
You done put it out there now, Craig.
But no, just yeah. I mean, it was based on that whole MJ Harris thing that happened. Actually introduced me to your channel through suggested views with YouTube. So people
Right.
out there, that's why it's very important that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because of that, Mr. 6ft8 was trending and showed up on my page. I clicked on it and I was entertained, and then I clicked on the next one and I binge watched, and it's it was love at first sight. So here we are.
Look at you guys. I
What's the
cannot
last song?
stand. I
Ain't no Rona
cannot
over here. What you
stand.
doing?
I cannot stand you, Jazz. I cannot stand you at all. All right
What I
then.
do?
I ain't got time. I ain't got time for your antics. I ain't got time for your antics.
What I do?
Okay. So with that being said, because clearly the people in the comments
I
want
see.
to
I
know
see.
as
There's a
well.
question. Yeah,
They trying to get into your business,
I can't
basically.
avoid it any longer, right? I
You
am
been single
sing.
how long?
I am. What's that?
You been single how long?
Look,
Because he said, okay, so I already read into it, but I'm gonna give you what I already read into. So he said that after his father passed away, he's giving him the freedom to go through to start testing the waters to figure out what he's trying to do. So he hasn't made his mind up whether he's top, verse, or bottom. And
What? No, that ain't no question. I know. Trust.
I'm trying to
I'm.
help you out, baby. You gotta leave some mystery.
oh my God.
I'm. I'm old enough. Unlike that young girl flipping her car over some man, I'm old enough to never do that. So I know what I want when it comes to that.
All right then. Well, since
Mm-mm.
we on since we on the topic, since we do like talking about sex and things, and since I've basically done told
Mm-mm.
every single
Bye,
thing about
y'all.
my business from the rooter to the two, from the rooter to the tutor, what do you like? What turns you on? What gets you in the mood? You like throwing people across the room? You like flipping, dipping? What's your deal?
Everybody ain't trying to be violent like you is, child.
No, I actually enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
leave a little bit. So you like to be dominated.
I think variety is the spice of life.
Stand up for us for a second.
Oh, don't do that! Don't you fall
Oh,
for it!
I was about to do it. I'm sorry, the host told me I couldn't do it.
Don't you fall
Would you
for
hush,
it!
mister? Stand up, baby.
I
Don't
do
Let
you
me.
have
fall
I do
for it!
I do have on gray
No.
shorts, so I'm definitely not standing up.
I mean, you can turn to the back with some of them
Oh
like the
no,
cake.
that's gonna be
I don't
way
like
too
cake.
much for this show.
Oh,
I don't like cakes personally, but
Well, you will be disgusted.
I don't like cakes personally. I'm all about the bird. So,
I got I got enough cake to feed a family reunion.
mm,
oh, all right
well,
then. Well, y'all heard it from the horse's mouth. He said he has enough cake
or
to
the
feed a
or
family
the jack
reunion.
of the ass.
That
Oh,
means he can feel. Look, he can feed little Ray, little new Keisha, and everybody else that comes into
But
town.
I'm very selective. These are specialty cakes.
All
Everybody can't
right,
afford them.
see,
specialty
I
cake.
knew that. I knew. I knew all of that. Ooh, I
Come
knew
on,
all of
special.
that.
Lisa, you've been eating collard greens and cornbread. That's what he
Didn't I
said.
say earlier that my father's from Louisiana, so I know how to eat good.
Louisiana,
I was raised on home cooking.
Ooh.
home cooked
About
meals.
that. You know what? I'm not even following into what Mister's saying because Mister's trying to get me going into a dirty kind of
What?
area, and I'm
And
not
why
gonna go
every
there with you.
And well, look, why everybody look? Let me tell you why everybody always trying to come for me when I want to talk about sex. I'm just trying to, live
Because you don't
vicariously through other
move,
people
you
because
don't
I don't
move
get
people
nothing. I
through it.
don't be
You
doing
just sit up
nothing.
there and you just be like, you don't leave, you don't. Yes, you had to caress people into it.
Child, we ain't got that much time on Earth. You see what's going on outside.
Because he'll never see me again, so he got to get all the information in this live here.
We ain't got that much time. We ain't got that much time on Earth. We gotta sit here and make do what we got the time that we sit here and gotta make do with. We gotta sit here and get to the nitty gritty.
Didn't you say in the last live that you learned how to like take your time and
I
you rushed
did.
into things?
That
I
was
swear I
last.
remember that. And that was just like last Friday. This is what, 7 days later?
That was the
Am I
last.
mistaken?
Well, I mean, I do like to take my time, but I also, sometimes depending on, who the person is, I like to, sometimes
Rush it.
just kind of, you know,
Rush it.
sometimes,
Don't rush.
And create patterns that haven't worked for you in the past. Oh, okay.
right, exactly,
I was just going
exactly.
off what was said in the
Oh, I like
previous
you.
live.
You reads too. You do playful reads. I like you. Yes,
I like
boy.
and see but see he pays attention though because he called me out. I like that. And
And
so
I
I
just learned
like
that
that.
last week, but I didn't forget it.
He didn't forget it.
Because there were like 6 people on the live, all like
I know, yeah, we did
shaking
have a
their head in agreement.
conversation.
So I was like, okay, there's truth. When there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, Eugene. Hey, Eugene, in the comments, Eugene. I think that was Eugene and them had a conversation with me about as far as me and the whole consistency thing, and as far as taking my time with my next relationship. That's when and if it happens. At this point, I'm gonna probably be a dried up old prune by the time I damn get ready to settle down. At this point, because it don't seem like it's happening anytime
Well, that's because you're trying to rush it, right?
soon. Throw that
You're still
cloth
young.
up, Jazz. Throw the cloth up, Jazz. I know you want to. Go ahead and throw that cloth up. Where that black cloth at? Throw it
I
up to
got you right here.
throw it up to the camera.
I got you
Don't
right
I
here.
know I know. Don't rush. Don't rush. Don't rush.
Oh, that's what you want, baby. Here you go.
Don't look, there you go. Look. And then Lee said MISTER6ft8 was a stripper in his past. Look, I do feel like that I was probably a freak in my past life.
You said
However,
you
in
were
this
what?
life, I feel like I was an old Betty Crocker, backdoor prime time whole freak in my past life.
That's a lot.
I really do feel like that in my past life. However, in this life,
Your
I
dancing
feel
moves.
more tame. I'm just saying I feel more tame, more composed, and I'm more traditional, and I only get out of character when I'm in the bedroom. That's the only time. Any other time you see me all, button up and well, I can't talk because on the last couple of lives I've been half butt ass naked, so I'm gonna leave that alone. We just gonna leave that right on alone. I forgot all about that until I had to
You
think about
said
it. I
that you
forgot all
have been
about it.
buttoned up nice and
I forgot I was butt ass naked on all that. I'm just saying I did. I forgot I was butt ass naked
ain't
on
no
all
way
That's
in
that.
hell you
that's
forgot
why
that.
it's key. It's there are benefits to recording your videos because then you can edit those things out when you're like, what the fuck was I doing?
Ain't no way in hell that ain't no way in hell you forgot that.
I'm
None.
just I'm just I'm just saying.
Now
I'm just saying.
don't stutter now. Ain't no way in hell you forgot that.
Somebody asked how tall I am, and I guess that's important for a channel called MISTER6ft8.
I told you to shut up.
Oh, is that why you were asking? Oh, okay. I thought you was
Yes.
on something else.
Lies,
No, I'm
lies,
a
the
girl watch. I
lies,
already know what's the
the
T is.
lies, the lies. But go ahead though.
Okay.
Yes, go
So
ahead, stand up.
let's
But
let's
y'all can't tell from me standing up how tall I am.
let's be real on something. How
Y'all
many
want to
times
y'all want
you
to guess
been
my
wrong?
height based on me standing up?
Go ahead.
Wait, let me make sure what I got. What I got going on under here? Wait a minute.
Five
Nah,
5'10".
My no.
I think
Not
he's
that
taller than. I
anything's
think he's
wrong with
taller than
people who
that.
are 5'10" though. What's that?
Are you? I think he's tall. I think he's taller than that.
Are
I
you
am.
taller?
Or you short? Would you be shorter than that?
I am not.
So you taller than that?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'll give you 6'2".
Oh, she's very seasoned.
About a lot of things that I don't.
So yes, I'm 6'2".
Mhm.
Come on, 6'2". All
Mm.
right then.
Somebody
And
You
then,
know what they
said,
say when you lay down, everything is all the same when you lay down in bed. So that's the only thing that changes.
no,
well,
because you didn't catch what I seen. You need to get it together. I'm trying to school you on something and you ain't. Okay. Hey.
and you did mention, Tristan. You mentioned, I think in the last live maybe that about dating somebody real short. I think you mentioned that, and
I
like bending down
did.
and the discomfort in that. Like,
Yes.
and for me, even like somebody being in the bed, I've dated people of many different heights. One of my exes was 5'7". Anything below 5'7", I can't do. The 5'7" when we were standing up was like, oh, I keep forgetting how short you
I'm
are.
5'11". It's okay.
Right.
But when laying down, it was fine. But anything, I dated a guy under that, and I was like, this ain't working because I feel like I'm in the bed with a little kid.
Yeah.
Don't be
I know what that's a good question though. I never thought about that. So Jazz, enlighten me. Does it really matter how tall or short a man is when it comes to actually as far as dating that
to me.
person? Hmm.
I have a preference. So a preference and is it okay is two different things. I personally prefer someone that's either my height or taller.
And what's
And the
your height?
reason I'm 5'11".
Okay.
So, I mean, I like to, with me personally, and this is going to sound really, really girly, but me personally, I like to look up to my dude and be able to like lay my head on his chest or, you know what I'm saying? Like reach up and have to, and do like the old school thing, like reach up and just like do the whole little kiss or whatever like that. I think that's cute. You know what I'm saying? But if I got, and there's no shade to anyone that's shorter than me, but if I got to take a look down at you and you right here at titty level with me, and I'm like, and I'm one of them freaky deaky people anyway. So, if we stand in line together and you a little bit taller than me and I put my hands in your pocket and I'm feeling around and I ain't feeling for your cigarettes or your gum or nothing like that, I'm feeling for that secret hole. you know.
All
Mm,
righty then for the secret hole. Come on.
you know. Bird only. Let's not get it twisted because, nuts to the front, not nuts to the back. I can't help you
All
nuts to the back.
all right then for the next to the back. So
Mm-mm.
That's
would
my department.
you
We're gonna run on the CGs together.
I got you covered if you need something done to the back.
But see, that's
oh
why I
my
like
good.
you because you are fully versed. I like you.
All right then.
Mm.
I can dig that. So would you consider yourself to be a hopeless romantic, Mr. Bell?
What does that mean exactly in the terms of the way you've stated it?
So, when I think of hopeless romantic, I think of people that, kind of they believe in as far as they believe in as far as in the whole, going on planning dates, having flowers and stuff like just like the cheesy stuff, like the celebrating Valentine's Day. Shut up, Jazz. Celebrating Valentine's Day, and just get into the whole thing of just being a mushy, you know, kind of like mushy type lover. That's all.
Yes, if that's I don't is that a hopeless romantic? So if
That's
so,
that to
yes.
me. That to
It
me,
seems
I
that
feel like
sounds
it's hopeless.
normal.
But some people don't consider. Some people think that that's, I guess you would say, being too vulnerable. Like some people don't really feel like, oh, you're supposed to be hardcore.
Dating
Or you.
and celebrating each other and spending time together, that's
I'm telling you, these people here in Atlanta. Well, I can only speak for Atlanta. I can't speak for any other state out there. Let me just go ahead and put that
oh,
disclaimer.
they all alike.
I can only
They're all
speak
Somebody,
for Atlanta.
somebody is salty.
I'm just saying. Look,
Mm,
I done been around the block
somebody
and
salty.
I done had some things to occur in
How
my
old are
life
you
in these
again?
streets.
You 30
I'll
what?
be 32. I'll be 32 in November.
And you only been in how many real relationships?
I've been in three real relationships, which I think is just about as much
as you can take.
as that I can borderline can take.
Here's a fun fact. I heard you say that you were a Scorpio in one of the other lives too, and
you've been doing your research. I like you.
I'm surrounded by Scorpios. My mom is a Scorpio. My father is a Scorpio. My brother is a Scorpio, and my sister is a Scorpio. I'm the only one that's not a Scorpio in my immediate family.
And I'm not even.
Oh, and my assistant at work, she's a Scorpio, and we get along amazingly well. Like we're just like, yeah.
Raise that hand up again.
You know what, Jazz? You are just a mess. See, this girl right here is all.
Don't be mad at me because I catch stuff that you don't catch. Don't be mad at me.
I mean, look. Apparently, when
are we talking about the fact that I can palm a basketball? Is that where we going, or the ring? Which one?
No, she's looking at the hand. I can see that right now.
Oh yeah, I can palm a basketball real easy.
I can see that for sure.
But if you want to say hand, I'm gonna go with the hand.
No. Don't worry, I can be a proxy for you. She's speaking of the hand.
Okay. I was not speaking of the hand. I was speaking of the ring, actually, sugar.
Yeah, because the camera reverses things, so I don't want people to think, Yeah.
Well, we know the man. Well, we know the man ain't married unless he got something he want to sit here and tell the world.
Yeah, I'm not gonna create any more Facebook Live situations out there. We can only handle one.
Right, that part.
You know what?
I never talking about. Look, y'all ain't fooling nobody. You and silent artists here, y'all. I know you gotta watch them too. They got that.
You know, my kids are in the audience. My kids, Leander and Silent, those are my kids, so they already know where mother be going. We have a Kiki session all the time at the live, so
Look, I'm just still taken aback by the fact that Evolution of Veil done so much, done been so as far as attentive, as far as when it comes to knowing stuff about me and stuff as far as from my previous lives. Like you really be watching this stuff.
What's the point of watching if you're not paying attention?
This is not my show, so I'm not gonna be mad that he doesn't know anything about me. But considering I'm in a lot of your lives,
so. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes. I mean, I know you have a YouTube channel. I know you do interviews.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I know that we'll talk offline and get to know each other better.
Oh no, you ain't got to. It's okay.
Well, I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed to see. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. Every time I open my mouth, they the first thing they tell me is to stop being hoish and stop being managed. So I'm not gonna sit here and speak too much. That's what Shayla said. Every time I sit here and open my mouth, Shayla say stop being managed and stop being hoish.
Well, I mean, you just asking the questions that maybe the people in the audience want to know. So you go right on ahead and you ask your questions, sugar.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
And Leandra has it right. She says that he's from Chicago. We research. That's what we do here.
Only certain people that we need to research.
You know she gonna hold it over your head for a good
minute. Not at all.
She good. She excellent. She's good.
No,
She's
I do
good
know. I know things about Jasmine. I paid attention.
Right.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then normally we have Savon also in here, but Savon she's back to working,
And she does hair, and she has a corporate job too.
Yeah, see, he be knowing things.
Mm-hmm. He proposed with the wedding band. He proposed.
So do any of y'all have any as far as like any topics that y'all want to talk about, as far as like anything that's on your mind, anything that's on your heart, that you want to see here and share?
I feel like I'm at church now. All minds, hearts, and clear. Benediction finna come now. I mean, I think you brought up some really good topics. And I'm just glad to see that you're back at full steam. And
Mhm.
I'm glad that you took your little mini break that you needed to take from everything. And I'm glad to see that you're back. I mean, you started off getting a little bit, frustrated tonight with the technical difficulties. And I'm
I
glad
know,
that
because I
you
about
just
I
like
about gave up. I
all
was this
through it.
close to about giving up. I was like, look, I was
No,
like,
because
I'm over it.
I was about to call you. I was that close to calling you and cussing you out and being like, "You get your ass back on him." But I didn't do it because I don't want to push too hard because you still sort of fragile right now. But next week is on. You know that.
It's it is on, and it's been like I said, I'm still dealing with things offline as far as sorting stuff out and trying to figure stuff out. But I the good news is
Ooh,
that what I can reassure you is that I'm committed and dedicated to keeping the flow going and consistent as far as keeping everything regardless of the good days, bad days, and keep it rolling. And that's the reason why I really want to touch on the mental health part because it's important. It's very important. We got a question. Hold on. We said never will. We the people are
Alex.
waiting for you to take it. Thank
I mean,
you.
Alexa.
I'm going to bad. Bill, who on the panel claims to have a tree trunk? You
I was
know
ignoring
what?
that question. I was
You are
ignoring
so
that. I
well.
saw it. I ignored
I've always sit here and made it be known, Alex. So you already know my tea that I'm a grower and not a shower. So if you're talking about me, I know that probably excludes me. So clearly the question is only from one other person that he's probably, I'm quite sure, asking about here on this panel. With that being well, and the other person that left the room, so we know who clearly the person is because I didn't sit here and said it. So clearly that leaves only one person, which is
First
Bill.
of all, let's be clear. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, we know we know we know about you too, Jan.
You don't know nothing about me.
And growers, are you implying that growers can't have tree trunks? Because growers can have tree trunks too.
Yeah, girls can have tree
Maybe.
trunks. I make
Yeah,
that's why people be trying to come for me like, look, I cannot help it. I'm a grower and not a shower.
me too. I
But
am too. But promise you, in the end, we're
That's
good.
that New Orleans meat. Yes, God.
I promise you, we're good.
Mm,
Now,
not
when
the
I
new.
stand up right here, you're gonna be deceived.
come on,
Right.
Louisiana.
But I got you
Mm.
covered. Trust. Never no
But you
complaint.
know what? You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that
Are
always
you?
that triggered them. I am because that triggered something in my mind because
In
people
my mind.
always say I want a big thing, but is being a grower such a bad thing?
Mhm.
Some people like the bird watch, as they
Yes,
call it.
I do too. I'm not gonna lie, I do. But I'm aware that just because I don't see some, big bulge, does not mean that there's nothing down there.
But it could be a lot of nuts and this could be deceiving.
That part.
Well,
How about that?
So then when you are a bird connoisseur, then
You
you
can tell
at
the difference. You gotta
lost.
look. You gotta look for that head, the
The
thickness of the
head
head that
or
pokes out right at the, like right.
you can tell and see if it's a slick back or if is it a peekaboo bobby or not? Because
Mm-hmm.
if you see the head and then it's a little
Mm-hmm. And which
uh,
side like has it? Because
mm-hmm,
balls don't necessarily do this or that, but this does.
mm,
So it's
mm,
there's ways to kind of figure it out. But
yes, evolution.
yeah.
Yes,
but
So I
Lord.
do
I
watch.
mean,
I
I
was
mean, I'm
watching
not gonna
too.
lie.
Evolution.
I do have a fascination of balls, even though lack thereof, as far as with myself. But I do have a fascination, with
So you
balls.
like to be teabagged? Yep.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
But you
That
didn't
ain't
deny
correct.
it.
So Lee asked, circumcised or not, and then he
As far as
puts hands
preference,
over face. No, he no
preference.
he I no. I think he's actually asking you is he circumcised. I'm quite sure that question was
Who
meant
is this?
for him
Who is
asking.
that?
That's Mr. Lee Alexander, the
That's for me
one
to
from.
know. That's for me to know, and only certain people to find out.
All
But
right
I
then.
don't have a
Actually,
mhm.
um, Lee's pronouns are them and they, sweetie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, is it?
Nati, yes. We covered this.
Oh, my bad. Well,
My bad.
I look. I actually, it's actually my fault because I actually seen him forgot because I'm so used to see him as far as seeing him online and saying he, them,
That,
and they. When it
Mhm.
comes to Lee, wants to know was he circumcised. So with that being said, the answer that he responded was that that's for him to know and for them to find out. But with that being said,
a
he was gonna
chosen
he was
few,
gonna
a chosen few to
right a
find out
chosen
and
few.
who already know. But I would say, as far as preference, I don't really have a preference necessarily. I've dated people with both. As long as it's clean, I'm good.
Mm.
And I hope it looks, pretty too. But if not,
Oh, come on, Jesus.
yeah.
I mean, I personally don't. I mean, I used to have a preference, but now I guess as I got older, I mean, I don't. As long the cleanness part is the main part that
Yeah,
I'm concerned
absolutely.
about more than anything because it don't matter whether you have a turtleneck or not. I've seen some uncircumcised, but some circumcised, and I've seen some uncircumcised, but I've seen both to where some have not been so appealing. I'm just gonna leave it at
Absolutely.
that.
I'm thankful because I have never ran across one that has not been cute. I done ran across some that's been cute but stanked, and I was like, I can't
Oh,
be bothered with you. And that's on both sides of the field. That's turtleneck and non-turtleneck. So, but as far as ugly ones, I haven't ran across any ugly ones. I done seen a couple ugly ones online. And go sit
Okay.
here and laugh, but personally, I haven't ran across any that was.
all right then.
Slide some oil
Well,
on there.
well. At least we got that part established out the way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
with
and
that
I
being
will
said,
preference this by for the audience with some of the questions. Just be mindful that this is recorded and on the internet. So there are certain things I'm just not gonna put out there to be recorded and able to be replayed forever.
right? Is yeah, because I trust me, I'll look back on some of my videos and like, yep, that's gonna definitely be out
some of
there.
this
Quite
some of
sure.
this got to be for the person I'm with. Can't be like
Right.
Right.
they never met me. They watch these videos and they like, oh, I know everything about you. Yeah, no.
Mhm.
How about not?
See, that's husband material. Husband material keeps things to themselves at times. See, that's husband material.
This is business. It's
Yes.
pleasure within business, but this is
Yes.
business.
Candy coated nights. Yes.
Ah,
When I'm at work,
definitely.
I don't tell all my business.
Mm.
Come through. Come through one time. All right, so Lee said I came across some turtlenecks that were better than the ones without.
I've seen some very nice, very pretty turtlenecks. Absolutely. And
Mm.
clean, very clean. I've
God.
had some great luck with like the last two guys. I'm not gonna say the last two guys, but I dated outside my race, so I'll say the last two Hispanic guys that I dated.
Come on, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, well, one was Dominican, one was actually Mexican.
Same
Um,
difference. Puerto Rico's all
well,
the way
yeah,
around. Same
really,
difference.
yeah. Well, not to offend anyone, but extremely clean, like no issues whatsoever. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, I'm not turned off by that. That did honestly help too.
Yes, God.
Yes.
Well, all righty then. So we've learned a little bit about the evolution of Dale tonight. Y'all ain't got some things, a little bit of tea. He done sit and spilled about himself just to inksy winksy.
Got to
Trying to
get you
get
on to come back for more.
I
want to come
have a
back some
question.
more. Yeah.
So, outside of your parent passing away, what was your other motivation to go ahead and say, now is the time for me to start my YouTube channel?
Well, part of it is, like I said, I have a channel to four mentions with my four of my larger group of friends, about 12 of us, but four of us stepped into that venture. And so there was a level of comfort that I gained because I edit our videos. I'm the one that watches like tons of YouTube. So I'm the one that came in with the perspective on YouTube and how to grow. And so through that work, it just kind of made me more comfortable with the idea of it. And yeah, my father passing away was kind of the icing on the cake. And then when the MJ Harris thing happened, to be honest, I was like, here's content that I care about, and this is something I can do. And it was literally a decision I made like the middle of that day that I was gonna go home and do reaction videos. And I just went on my way home. I grabbed a bottle of generic wine, stopped at the liquor store, and I was like, I'm finna drink and I'm finna do these reaction videos, and I'm posting them today. And I
So may
did
I ask,
it.
what do you used to take into your editing with? Because everybody has a favorite program. What is your program?
Premiere Pro. I started with KinMaster because I started first YouTube. I started with my job. I started a channel for the program that I run. And so I was just doing it from my phone. And then after a while, I was like, I'm tired of laying in bed, editing and hurting my thumbs. So I moved to Premiere Pro and then kind of grew from there.
Okay, cool.
Come on. Bill, how do you feel about long distance relationships? Asking for a tall friend of mine. Oh, you know what? Y'all are so messy.
Real messy. I love it. I love it though. How do I feel about long
It has
distance?
to come from me.
So I honestly have never been in a long distance relationship. I attempted it about a year ago with a guy I met on a cruise, and
Come on, gay cruises.
it was something I was willing to do because I am very busy. So I kind of like the idea that I didn't. I was able to manage it. I'll put it that way. The problem is he wanted to just had other reasons why he wanted to wait till we could see each other. He just wanted to make a bigger thing of it than it needed to be. And so we didn't see each other for like, I want to say 2.5 months after the cruise. And then I told him at a certain point, I felt like just buddies, pen pals. And so I lost that romantic part of it. Yeah, so I'm in my mind, I'm not sure. Based on that situation, I'm not sure. I'm like, I think I need someone to be closer. And if not closer, they got to definitely be willing to balance. Like I'm willing to say, hey, I take 2 weekends out of the month. You take the other 2 weekends out of the month. Like even every other weekend, we can miss, weekend here or there based on our schedules, but it would have to be someone who is willing to come my way and me being able to go their way, all of that. And then eventually willing for one of us to relocate. But like, I don't rush things. So it'll be years down the line.
Have you dated? Did you have dated girls in the past? Correct.
Yes. I am not bisexual.
I didn't say you was. I just said
no. I'm just clarifying because when a gay guy says he has dated women, it could imply that he's bisexual. I am not. I thought I was, but I am clearly not.
And do you like more masculine or more feminine?
Anywhere from middle to masculine on the spectrum.
So you don't really care for the feminine side.
Feminine men are very beautiful. I love all people.
Yes, come on, PR.
Did you see how he just cleaned that up real quick?
Yes, come on, PR. One time. But in response to the long relationship question though, I do feel like that is something that is a very tricky
Is this
thing.
Alex Vander Bloom, the one with all these questions?
You
coming for it, ain't you?
Look, I know what you're up to, Alex. But go ahead, answer the question.
Okay, wait. I gotta read it. Do I believe in sex on the first date if the connection is right, or would I wait? Have I? Absolutely. Would I? I'm more hesitant now to do that. And one of the primary reasons is because I am at my age very conscious that sex too early can cloud your perspective on a person. And I have been guilty, as many of us have, with sharing myself, my body, my soul with some of the wrong people and then regretting it. Like,
Right.
damn,
Yeah.
they're that ratchet, they're that demonic, and I like slept with them. So I'm a lot slower to do that now. Like I love sex, but I am not driven by sex in the way that I was
Take
in my
it
20s and 30s.
slow.
Well,
Oh.
it
But I'm
definitely is
human.
refreshing that
But I'm
somebody
human.
feels that way.
What's that?
It definitely is. I would say is refreshing that somebody definitely feels the way because every time I bring it up, I get looked at crazy because I tell people that I don't feel like sex should be part just for me,
That's
only
not
because of the
true.
fact that I've screwed up with relationships by having sex too quickly. So I'll
Hmm.
just learn from myself. It doesn't work for my formula as far as it works for me because
Hmm.
I feel like sex ends up causing other issues to come into play with myself. So therefore, I don't really put it into the picture until further out, until I was because I'm looking for different things now versus where I was maybe in my late 20s or maybe in my early 20s. I was like, okay, let's just go with the flow and see,
Hmm.
how the dice roll. But now it's just like I'm kind of more a little strategic when it comes to thinking about certain things. 'Cause I'm like, okay, if I do this, this may end up resulting in this because it's happened before. And I always believe that, insanity is doing something over and over again, expecting
A
different
different
results,
result. Yes.
but it's not happening. Just
Yes.
me.
And but in our world, the lifestyle, it is a catch 22 to have that mindset. And it's unfortunate. And I'm not saying that there are no other people like that think like obviously you and I. However, I have ended up in many situations where because I like to take my time, and really the more I like you, the more I want to take my time before taking it to that level. The problem is you end up people either think you don't like them as much as you do, or you're not attracted to them, or you end up getting put in friend zone
Right.
because
Oh,
they like, well, this person's giving it to me, and bang my back out. And you trying to get to
oh.
know me. You trying to get to
You
know
say
my
banging the
spirit.
back out? Oh.
So I have definitely had that happen multiple times. I'm trying to find that happy balance. I'm just trying to find that happy balance. Yeah.
So
So
your love goes bang, bang, bang.
what's that?
I said, so your love goes bang, bang, bang.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, ooh. Everybody say, well, well.
Like kaboom.
Oh my God.
And got
Amazing.
my heart. Jesus, where is it at? Oh,
Look, I told you, you come on here. This one right here,
me?
I love it.
like
What I do?
taking a shot of whiskey to the head.
I'm strong, but I'm like Tina Turner. I could be nice and rough.
Ah.
But I do appreciate you for coming on here, tonight, and just kind of, I didn't want to go too hard in as far as
Really?
on you and stuff, just kind of ease you in as far as with people, and it seems like by the response that people and everything like you, and they have taken an interest in you, so I'm quite sure that we will be
Thank
seeing you in future shows as well, and Jazz, I definitely do thank you for coming on tonight, little old
I
Jazz.
enjoy you. I really do. I enjoy you. You like the cut buddy I never had. So I enjoy you. Just a little bit a week, you almost like that Slim Fast commercial. Give us a week, but I mean, I enjoy you.
I
You're so
definitely do
lovable. It's
appreciate it.
just sitting there looking all sophisticated and stuff. And even though I think that shirt matches the shorts that you had on last week when you was
I,
twerking, And it probably does because it look like it's like one of them little outfits that go. But you just, I just love you. Even though you get a little frustrated with your camera system and stuff sometimes, and we all
I
do.
know I'm
It's all
over.
a
I'll be
part of the
over it.
process. So I'm glad you stuck with it. I was hanging in there. I'm like, I know he's not gonna give up. I know that a new live is about to pop up. But
Yeah,
it's all a part. We
yeah.
all have those moments. Trust me. Like
Another 10
we
more
all
seconds,
have them.
and I'd have been like, I'm done for the
Yeah.
night. And you already know I ain't lying to you. It's time for bum buns in the movie. Period.
Right, that part. Hey, Legally Leah. But thank you again. For those of you, be sure, now listen to me carefully, y'all, in my comments. I want y'all to go out there and subscribe, support Evolution of Veil. I'm
You got
telling you, I
somebody with
love.
a question. I'm sorry. I
Oh, you got a
didn't.
question?
Yeah, they were like before we
Oh, okay,
go.
Legally. Describe a time when you lost something very valuable. How did you feel when you finally found it, or when you realized it would never be found? Describe a time you lost something valuable. How did you feel when you finally found it?
Wow,
So,
that's profound. I needed this question at the beginning of the live so I could
right,
think
you get one of
through
them deep ass Young Van Zant questions.
it.
So,
Because for me, it
look,
wouldn't be a physical, tangible possession because I don't value things. I mean, I do. I ain't gonna try to be that enlightened, but I just feel like things can come and go. How did you feel when you finally found it, or when you realized it wouldn't? Ooh, that's a deep question.
it's so for me, I guess only because of the fact that my ass tends to take stuff and go too damn deep with it. So for me, when I think of a question like that, I'm wondering if she's probably referring to. Well, I'm wondering if it's a general question that could be referring to just outside of just
Oh, a
not only
thing.
things but people as well.
She said
So,
a thing though.
but just hypothetically speaking, if it was a person, just saying, because that could be a question as far as with a person as well. I will say as far as a thing, uh describe a time when you first lost something very valuable. He said don't get deep. Okay. So
Uh,
describe a time when you lost something very valuable. How did you feel when you finally found it, or when you realized it would never be found? So okay. So with that being said, um, quick story. I lost a. For anybody that may know, these rings right here. People used to always ask me thinking I was married, but I'm like I don't even wear them on my wedding band finger. Let me move this out of the way. Um, what it is that one of them has the Lord's Prayer written in Spanish, and the other one is in English. So they're just sentimental for a lot of reasons because of my, as far as my relationship with God. So I actually lost one of them, and I was really hurt, as far as when I lost it. But then when I ended up coming across it, like it was just, I don't know, it's like just like the smallest thing. Like to me, certain things like they can seem so small and replaceable. To me, I guess you would say I value on that level, such as my rings, because whenever I'm going through things, these rings are what I use to remind myself to hold close to my heart, to remind myself to keep going forward. So as far as with a valuable thing, that valuable thing will be a ring. And as far as me finding it, I was definitely relieved when it was back on my finger, and now it does not come off for any reason at all. No reason.
it's so
Well,
funny
I don't
that you.
know. Well, it may come off for one reason, because if I get a wedding band, I'm gonna have to take it off because I can't have two rings clicking together. But yeah,
You don't worry about your ring. Like I have to take mine off because my fingers will swell and then it hurts.
right.
Especially if I'm walking. So,
Hmm.
but it's so funny that you said that. So now I'm trying to think of something else because I was about to say my high school class ring, and I lost that probably a year or two after high school, and I love that ring, and it was sentimental because it was my high school ring, and it was the first expensive piece of jewelry that I had. But yeah, lost that. Um, Yeah, never found it. But it's still a hard question for me because all I can think of, and it's not that Oh, she said I can have the same answer, so I guess I'll stick with that. Because I was gonna say I lost 2 pair of glasses, my most recent pair, like my Ray-Ban sunglasses, prescription, and another pair of regular glasses. And yeah, I can't find them, and I'm like, I keep up with my stuff, so I think I packed them or lost them when I was traveling. I don't know, but
Well,
yeah,
unfortunately, I didn't never have a class ring because I don't know if a lot of people may not. Well, a lot of people on here may not know. People in my
I
personal
know
life knows.
because I watch videos, and I
You
watched
watch
it this week.
videos
It's so funny that you're talking about this because I watched it this week.
of this, but what I was going to say was that I actually did not graduate high school, which is I guess you would say, fun fact about me. I actually dropped out of school because I was constantly being bullied. So, because I was constantly being bullied, um, it just got to the point, honestly, where I didn't want to do school no more. And so I dropped out of school. I turned around and I got my GED like literally the next couple of weeks after. Like I studied for the test, took the GED, got the GED, and went straight to college and started an internship and got a good job working in IT, and then boom, got sick. And the next 7 years of my life was kind of just that whole sickness period until now, where everything is kind of like came full circle and I'm back, as far as doing my thing again or whatever. So that reminded me when you mentioned about the high school class ring, because that's something that I always wanted, and I always wanted a high school class ring, and I always wanted a prom. I never got to go to prom.
I went on 3
Um,
proms.
devastated, but it is what it is.
You
Maybe
ain't
one
miss
day
one.
it'll happen.
You ain't miss one.
It'll. I
Well,
sm-
do you still
it,
want
it'll.
prom to happen at this age?
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
you?
just like, okay. So I was gonna say it, but then I feel like if I say it, then it would kind of make it not like be the best gift ever. So
Your
I'm just leave
significant
it there.
other to do a prom for you?
I'm just gonna leave it there and keep it at
Okay.
that.
I thought Jasmine had left us.
No, she didn't leave. She was in the back the whole time.
I
Okay.
just
She,
the question wasn't for me, so I just let you guys have the question because it
Okay.
wasn't aimed for
she
me.
she
Out of
popped out.
respect.
She popped out. But I do thank y'all though for coming on again, and Jazz, thank you so much for
Yes.
as far as being on the panel with me tonight and everything, and keeping everything lighthearted and whatnot. Because sometimes I have to feed off of other people's energy sometimes, especially when there's other things going on. I'm just like, okay, we're gonna get through this show. We're gonna keep it rolling, keep it moving, and not get too deep, like with those other topics that I touched on earlier and stuff, because I try to keep stuff, at least in a
Yeah, that
fun
made me
manner.
nervous when I saw that text message. I'm like,
I
oh Lord,
know,
it's been a rough
I
week.
know it.
Gonna have me
It just
crying
didn't
the first time I appear on this
right.
show.
It just didn't sit well with my spirit. It was just crazy. Anyways, but thank y'all again, and thank everybody in the comments. I do greatly appreciate y'all greatly. And Jasmine, do you have any closing remarks?
No, I just look forward to developing a relationship with Vale.
Yes.
I appreciate everyone taking the time out to. You could have chosen other places to take and be at, but you chose the time to be here with us tonight. So I greatly appreciate it. And then don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, we do have the Save On Experience at 9 o'clock. And then on Sunday, we do have the cool down with me. And then you don't want to miss this Tuesday's interview because it'll be something that you don't want to miss. That's all I have to say.
I'll be there. I'll be studying jazz. For everyone in
I'm
the
definitely
comments, I'll be
looking
studying
forward to
jazz
it.
the rest of this week.
I am nobody, sweetie. You don't have to do me.
Please.
I
You
am
are
nobody.
everybody. You are every woman. You're every person. You're every.
No. I am nobody.
You are everything. It's all up in there. I see it. I feel it. I've been feeling it. You're everything.
Yes, push on through. And Bill, do you have any closing remarks you want to make?
No, just thank you for inviting me to my first live on YouTube, and I think my first live ever, actually. And it's just been a pleasure to actually get to chat live with the beautiful Jasmine and the handsome Mr. 6ft8, and just laughs. I'm gonna sleep really well tonight. So, thank you.
I do appreciate it too, sweetie. And remember,
glory be to God. Won't he do it?
And for the audience, help us all grow together.
I love you all
like,
too,
comment, share, subscribe,
said,
and click that notification bell.
Yes. All of that good stuff. All right, y'all. So without further ado, thank you all again to all of my fun sites. I know they off the chain. I'm telling you, they on a mission tonight. I'm telling y'all ain't sneaky. I see y'all in them comments, legally, Leah. I see you in them comments. I see what you're doing, and you ain't slick. You ain't slick. I got your penny change. If you ain't slick, you ain't slick, legally.
You make me want to do.
But with that being said,
I didn't say anything.
Oh, did he freeze? I think he froze.
Did he freeze?
Uh-oh. We went too long.
My bad. My thing went out, y'all.
Okay.
Went out. Can you see me? Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure my other camera went out, which I knew it was because I didn't charge my phone up. But thank you all so much. I greatly do appreciate it again. And you all have a blessed night.
You do the same.
All right.
Love you. I think I'm going to go live, though.
Say what?
I said, I think I'm going to go live on Instagram. I'm not for sure. Because, on Instagram, you can take and play music. And I'm off tomorrow. So
look, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. I did that one night when I got off of here. And Instagram got my ass right on together. They was like, we detected that your music was matching something, because I kept playing like these songs back to back, like just random songs like Whitney Houston. I was doing like a lot of old music too. And all of a sudden, it pulled up a message on the screen about that there was like a song. It traced and matched the sound of the song, and then it threatened to shut the live down. And so I just ended up closing the live altogether because I was like, look, y'all not about to shut my shit down over no technicality. That I'm just trying to see how we
don't live on the dark side. Sometimes you have to press it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go live tonight. I'm just going to sit and I may do like a private something, but I don't think I'm going to actually do a live.
But
Jasmine, is this your Instagram handle or is it different?
My Instagram is Jasmine Divine, Miss Jasmine Divine, actually.
Okay, I will be following
the same way. Yes.
But I was going to say, Jazz, that if you wanted to go live on your YouTube, being that you're not monetized anyway, like, as far as or anything, because I know Philip Boy told me before that you could still do the music on YouTube. It's just that whenever there's like a playback or whatever, some of the songs may be silent, and then it may come and play some of the songs depending on. So you could do it that way without being shut down.
See, that's the thing. I don't know if I want to do that or not. That I was just I'll just tell you off camera because there's some things we can't share with everyone. But
all right. All right, y'all.
Well, you guys take care.
Thank you, babe. I appreciate it.
All right. See you next time.
Y'all up in a second, so y'all know y'all don't need to go anywhere. So I got y'all.
All right. I'm gonna end the broadcast. See y'all.